What is up, Panda Gang? Welcome into True Start Location Australia. This is the Easy Deity series. Truthfully, it was a lot tougher earlier on with the Maori trying to invade and settle us along with the Indonesians. But since then, we have secured our little Australian island here, invested in high production, and now actively reaping the rewards. Close to 700 science per turn and 450 culture. As you can see, the space race is underway. We've got 2 spaceports going right now. And I'm claiming a great person right now, great engineer. This guy will give me 1,500 production towards one of these projects, so that's pretty clutch. Let me just have him sleep in the city of Melbourne. And Thang Long, we're going to go for a more tech boost because we can steal gold, but what we really need is technology. We got plenty of gold at over 10 grand after this turn rolls over. And what's this? Another lad here. Grace Hopper, we get 2 randomly chosen free technologies. I'll do this right now. And Grace, can you use your beautiful ability, please? What did we get? Nanotechnology. That gives me the launch the Mars colony. And advanced ballistics, which I couldn't care less about because our defenses are strong enough. But of course, we're picking that up next. I guess we just got to do some of these older technologies. Then move on towards whatever this unrevealed bad boy is. Then get predictive systems. Offshore wind farm. That will be nice for a city like Maitland down here in New Zealand. It's got no power. It's got itself a research lab, but no power. Now, I'm kind of suspicious of this coal and oil number, so I see we're at 40 and 58 respectively. Every time it seems like the numbers say we should go down by 5, but that seems like too little loss in oil and coal. We did invest in quite a bit of renewables in this renewable triangle here. We got the geothermal. Okay, space race, let's see what happened. What did I say, 40 and, oh, okay. So we are only going down by maybe like 6 each turn. So we got the renewable triangle, geothermal, and a couple solar farms here, but in reality, this only equates to like 2 more oil per turn. Luckily, the world is happy enough to sell us stuff. Like I just got that 17 oil, and I'm gonna get some coal as well. But I'm a bit worried about this because, as we can see from the world climate and from up here, my diplomatic favor, I've got a minus 17 carbon penalty. The CO2 levels are greatly impacted by myself, doing about a quarter of the damage to the world. And check this out, with that space race, we just got integrated space cell. Now, we're not doing any projects yet, but when we do, we're going to get 15% bonus towards those. And Melbourne's got itself a seaport, and Perth, I'll make sure, does too. Let's buy that out right now so we don't forget. That's a super underrated card. As for civics, I'm just going headlining right for the next government. None of these cards in particular, I'm like, oh, I need to have this one here, though. Space Agency, 5% more production of your science for suzerainty. I like that. Social media. Oh, does that do the same? There's another one that does the same thing somewhere, but for culture. I need to have that. Oh, here it is. Social media. Yeah, we got to get both these bad boys. Those will be insanely strong because we do have 3 cities suzerained right now. Hobart has completed its industrial zone. We're going to buy it a workshop. We're going to buy it a factory down in Perth. Wait, where the heck is my Magnus at? Oh, he's in Melbourne. Now, I understand the rationale. Like, I'm trying to use the vertical integration promotion here, right? So you can get all these extra industrial zone bonuses. So in Melbourne, we have 1 industrial zone, and we have a 2nd potential industrial zone in 11 turns that will help with us. But down here in Perth, I've got 5 away in Ballarat, and I just had 1 constructed in Hobart. So, you know what? Let's actually take Magnus. Let's reestablish you down into Perth. That's a good spot. And then our other friend, Pingala, who's been promoted with the Space Initiative, will reassign them to Melbourne instead. Combined Arms is here. Uranium, do we own any? I think it makes sense for Australia to own some. Yes, indeed, it's underneath this theater square right here, but we have nothing for the uranium to boost for just yet, which is just fine. We're doing just fine as we are. And next great person, 100% production towards space race projects. From Stephanie Kuolek, thank you so much. We're going to use you right now. Oh, we don't actually have a spaceport, do we? Why don't you just go park your butt there, buddy? In Perth, I've got tons of traders, man, and my goal is just to get as much food and production as I can. That way, we buff up our space race initiative down here in the city. 7 turns of the spaceport is completed, and dude, it takes so much production, 1,800 just to build yourself a spaceport, so it's quite the endeavor. It looks like Pingala's time is going to be perfect here in Melbourne. 3 turns to establish, 3 turns on the spaceport. And then we've got this great scientist to double up all spaceport production, as well as Sergei Korolev, who, you know, this guy's going to give me, when he retires, 1,500 production towards space race construction. So you add that up, plus Pingala's 30% added bonus with Space Initiative. And that's something like 4,000 production towards something. Nuclear fusion unlocked. We've got ourselves nuclear power plants. The thing is, I never use those because I forget to maintain them. And then all of a sudden, I just have a nuclear emergency on my hands out of nowhere, when we can just use our tried and true coal and oil. And the oil is actually improving here, which is pretty cool. Coal could use some help, though. Coal could use some help. Spaceport complete in Melbourne. This is awesome, man. We get to build the Earth satellite. It only costs 900 production, so I think it would be silly to use my nice Sergei Korolev, great engineer here, but we can use Stephanie Kowalik, use that active effect, and now this should actually be down to just 5 turns. Okay, very good. Belgrad's done their industrial zone, which means I can just purchase everything I need. Workshop factory, and do we go with the nuclear power plant? Okay, we're gonna do it, and just someone please remind me in the comment section to maintain this bad boy, because I will 100% forget, and it's not gonna be pretty. Hobart, did I do the same thing for you? Did we get all the way up to coal, oil? What are we gonna do for you? I think we grab you in oil just to diversify out here, because we've already got a coal power plant. But with Magnus now established, Perth should actually have huge production bonuses. I don't know if that will have calculated yet. There we go, up to 99. And this is all for that space race, baby. Let me do 2 campus research grants, and then we're gonna recommission the nuclear reactor. This will put me up to about 20 turns. I feel like we won't have a meltdown. Hey, our spies, counter spy in the industrial zone of Melbourne was successful. Renewing that mission, but you gotta protect the spaceport. Dang, dude, I got so many envoys though, but I lost Auckland. That is not happening. Let's confirm this placement right now. Everywhere else seems fine. I'm not gonna spend a lot of envoys on other places than the ones that already have suzerain though, because I feel like those are right on a knife's edge, and I cannot lose my cities. Sydney though, they are done their seaport. They can now build a government plaza building. We're gonna tell them to focus their production on this. We got Royal Society, which lets you use builder charges in productions for district projects, like spaceport things. War Department, that's exactly what it sounds like. I'm not into war and national history. I'm not into culture, so Royal Society it is. Very simple decision there. And we in the atomic era, baby. Got myself a golden age. Now I gotta listen to everyone's 2 cents about nuclear bombs and what they think about my special golden age. What kind of dedications do we get though? Heartbeat Esteem, this one is sweet because, like we mentioned before, those adjacency bonuses. The rest, not that great. Anyways, campus adjacent bonus is gonna give you production as well, so let's confirm this. We'll go to the government card. Look at this, a 5-year plan. That 80 science is actually 80 production too, just because of this golden age stuff we did. Melbourne, same thing with the traders. We're getting as much food and production into our space race cities as we can. And there's a spaceport in Perth, fantastic. Honestly though, we gotta wait for the Earth satellite anyways, Melbourne. I say we just rip a couple campus research grants while we wait, yeah? And this turn I wanna watch my electrical potential resources. 41 coal, 40 oil, and 19 uranium. So if you add those up, that's 100. Let's see how that changes turn over turn. Hey, natural wonder discovered. This must be our Earth satellite. Let's go. Seeing everything around the world. And there we are. What a beautiful sight to see it is. Along with, of course, a surrounding of outback stations. What better Australia propaganda than this? Am I right? Anyways, we now see the entire world. Let me check in again on my resources. Coal, 35. Oil, 42. That gets me to 77, and then the uranium just under 100. So we're losing a little bit per turn, but we have stemmed the bleeding. Gonna look at the whole Earth here. Looks like, as I expected, China destroyed. I want to see who else is contributing big time to the world's CO2. So it looks like I am the top dog. Then we've got America. We've got the Vietnamese, and then maybe one more. Is that the Indians? Yes, indeed. The Indians, oh, I'm surprised they don't have that much in terms of cities. Americans, 2. Really sliced North America right down the middle. Got some good productive cities, I guess. Anyways, Melbourne done that Earth satellite. What is next for us? I believe moon landing. This is 1,500 production, but again, we can't use this guy, our great engineer, because this dude's gonna give us about 4,000 production. We'll just have to hold him back. Now let's compare production. Melbourne, we got 116 plus 30% towards space race projects because of Pingala, okay? So we're looking at about 150. Perth, on the other hand, 116 too, but they don't have that space raid boost. So we'll do the moon landing here in Melbourne. It'll take 6 turns. Now the next thing is Mars Expedition. I want to make sure I have this. Yes, Mars Colony. And then after that, we got the Exoplanet Expedition. Hey, moon landing is here. Let's go. One-time culture bonus equal to 10 times your science. That's going to be way too much, man. 6,000 culture just thrown at me. What the hell? They got me globalization. I now get 5% science for these city-states, and it's going to be 1 turn for social media, 1 turn for optimization imperative. This, my friend, is a government I can get behind. Let's go for a diplomatic policy card, and instead of this Raj, let's get 100 free science. Yeah, how about that? Thank you. Now up to 750 science. This is ridiculous. And now it's what? Launch the Mars colony. Only 1,800 gold? Dude, what is up with all these super cheap, sorry, not gold production, but super cheap things to get? There's social media too. We're gonna get collective activism. Beautiful card. This is coming down in the wild card slot and giving me that sweet extra 60 culture. Now, I'm noticing my culture's kind of low. Not much at all. For some reason, this is totally bugged and it doesn't give me vision of stuff, but I should still be suzerain here and getting the bonuses, right? Yeah, this looks good. This looks good. This looks good. Okay, I just feel like my culture should be a little bit higher. Anyways, we found the launch Exoplanet Expedition. 3 turns to grab that. Perfect timing. Gonna get some more promotions here too. Why not get Magnus boosted up? If we get Industrialist, that could help us with a little bit of power. A 20 pop city finally got there in Melbourne. Congrats to everybody who works hard to make this happen. Really, this was the city of Auckland just making sure that all these coastal tiles were insanely strong. Let me swap all these over too, just so they get even better yields over who was using them before. I'm not sure, but we will take those up. Not just that, we got a new government too, man. The optimization imperative gave me synthetic technocracy. I'm gonna plug this in. Every city now gets a little bit of power, so my dudes down here in Maitland, well, their research lab's finally gonna have power. It's awesome. Way more policy slots too. As for military, I know I wanna get the extra coal, I just saw the extra oil. That's good for me. The best Diplo one is Raj, but I swear we can find better economic cards like this. Sports media. Damn, 44. Culture per turn. E-commerce. Dude, this is 30 more production. Big science. And this is all in cities that I want to have extra production too, like Perth and like Melbourne, where I've just been setting tons of trade routes. And yet another promotion. This Magnus is now fully promoted. Gonna give a little bit more production and be a little bit more efficient. Look at that happy Magnus right there. And be a little bit more efficient with our resource use. Next great person, great scientist, Abdus Salam. All Eurekas from the information era will now be mine, but I think we've already got most of these. Oh, I guess telecommunications. A little bit late, buddy, but better late than never. Activate that effect. Now, I do have some technical questions on how this game works. So, we've got the Mars colony coming out. We've got the Exoplanet expedition to go next. I've got my buddy down here, Sergey. Starts with a K last name, Korolev. The question is, do I have to go launch Mars colony and then Exoplanet expedition? I'm pretty sure that's the case. It's like you gotta do one, then the other. You can't just run both at the same time, but we will see in just 1 second. Special session of the World Congress. This best not be about me. Everyone loves me, right? Military emergency, and not for me. Thank goodness. Smart materials. Beautiful. We can launch that Exoplanet expedition. Can we, though? It looks like no, not yet. We gotta wait the 3 turns for the Mars colony. That's okay. Hey, and I'm not sure along the way when these outback stations became better, but look, 2 tiles now. Just had to go to the absolute future era for that to be the case. I mean, I guess it is on a desert, so that is still pretty impressive. Well, there's the Mars colony. That's a pretty thick ship we got there. Got me some air score as well, and now I can get started on whatever's next. We have to do the Exoplanet expedition, don't we, fellas? That takes 8 turns, only 2,100 production. Dude, I'm just wasting the amount of production I'm doing here. Oh well, Sergey Korolev, it is time to do your magic, buddy. And just in the same turn, we got the launch Exoplanet expedition. Timer is now counting down for the science victory, man. And this guy's got another action too. Are you serious? I guess we just have to see how far out until we can get ourselves those space lasers to push that guy a little bit quicker. Hey, bruh, someone liberated Fez right here, and we got a new scientific city-state. I got 10 envoys, so I might as well just pump 6 into this bad boy. I won't get suzerainty, but confirm that placement. And we're at 750 science. Maybe I can do a bit of a refresh right after I do a bit of counter spying. Click and click. Did that change anything? Maybe not. Perhaps I looked too soon and we're only at like 700. But that is pretty nice. I figure we should get maybe 50 science out of that. Every single university, research lab, library getting a buff. I did lose the Auckland city-state though. The notification just left, but I will not forget. That's one of my favorite city-states here. Let's go ahead and pop another 2 envoys in there. And we're almost maxed out on those bad boys, but we do have control of everything we need. Okay, something just updated. 824 science per turn. Thank you, game. So that was 75 science just from meeting Fez and spending 3 envoys. Great bang for buck. I was gonna say, I was like looking through. Oh my gosh, would you stop giving me trade requests? 1 science for every library, 2 science for every university, and 3 for every research lab. Dude, I got plenty of those buildings. Checking out the broader win conditions. Looks like culture victory. There's no one in command. Domination, you have to go through me. Religion, India is doing well. And Diplo, oh, the Congo's actually at 13 out of 20. that could be within striking distance, but for me in the science, I am crushing, dude. Actually, it's not as undisputed as I thought it might be. We got 2 out of 5 for many civilizations, many going for this. Myself, though, I am working towards that 5th one here, traveling at 1 light year per turn, with quite a commanding lead indeed. What is going on with more cities flipping? Will this become mine too? Oh my gosh. I'm going to take all of Indonesia at this rate. Next great person, I'm going to get myself a writer. Where are they going to go do their work? I guess right here. Matter of fact, I probably don't have that many great works kicking around these days. With these massive games, we have like 37s, it is like super hard to get great works and great people points. Like I only ever get great engineers, great scientists, usually towards the end of my games because I've just like become so dominant and I'm doing Theater Square Festival research grants in like every single spot. So grabbing some great works at the start of the game, not so easy, is it? Hey, we found it, the off-world mission. This is fantastic. We'll be able to get some of these laser stations pretty soon. Oh my goodness. A Haribu dust storm? These are the worst kinds. Whoa! Absolutely tearing up my lands here. I can start to try to fix my industrial zone, but let's just pray that the spaceport over here survives in Adelaide. My goodness. Utter destruction. I just hope that this storm doesn't go further east. Although that is where the sand is, and I figure as a dust storm, it likes some sand. Oh my goodness. Did you guys just see every single tile get destroyed? What the heck? Have I been sinning? Have I been sinning? Oh, hold on. Our space station is still okay. Oh my gosh. This was just wild. Civilization is truly playing with my heart right now. We'll see where this dang storm goes next. As long as my spaceports are okay, I will be fine. I mean, it could also destroy the nuclear power plant in Ballarat and then make a nuclear catastrophe. Don't know if that's coded into the game, but it seems like a possibility. And here it moves down to the southeast to the capital. Come on, game, let me move. And thank goodness it's done with its pillaging, but that did a lot of damage. I'd also got rid of all my renewable infrastructure, so I gotta go buy some more coal to make more Haboob dust storms. You know how it goes. I gotta start buying builders too, although Sydney, ooh, this is not good. Sydney needs to stop the campus research grants and get back to repair that Royal Society so my builders can be used to help with the space raiders. I got all this gold, I gotta use it on something. Off-world mission, there we go. We can build 2 types. One that requires power to shoot. The other one that requires just aluminium, which we have plenty of, so we'll do that. Lagrange. Then in Melbourne as well, let's grab ourselves a Lagrange. Don't queue it up, do it right now, bud. These cost almost no production, but I'm gonna use my fancy engineer guy. They're gonna shoot it off right away, and I'll say, get me another Lagrange, please. Double great person, we got ourselves a musician. We'll bang that out, and we got a great artist too. Oh, they can't step on the same tile. Why don't you come over to Brisbane? Just not enough space for both these artists. Okay, here comes the double Lagrange laser station. There's 1, there's 2. Taking our wind condition from 2 light years per turn all the way up to 4. And we're here on the burnt up remains of the center of Australia. Anyways, just keep getting more of these laser stations. Now we gotta go to terrestrial. That's gonna cost us power, but we got the oil, we got the coal to do this. We can just buy it from other people and get on off this Earth. Right now we're in a race against the next era. It looks like we're gonna hit Dark Age if we don't get any more era score, but I think that's a pretty good goal to try and get off the Earth before the next 6 turns are complete. And another 1 laser station. Oh, not a second this turn. Not quite as gorgeous as our last turn, but it is what it is. Oh, well, that just means next turn we will have the same. Let's do a quick checking in on the world rankings of science. Still everyone in the 2 Menelik up to 3 dots, but I'm just about there, baby. 5 light years per turn. Let's go. And I think we'll beat the aging by, oh, we'll be nailing the aging right on the head there. I would never be in a dark age, never. I think this will be the last double launch. There's 1, and here we go. There's 2, that nice green smoke coming off the burnt out ruins. And I love how it zooms me in as close as possible on something. That should be about it. Just gonna click on a couple buttons and hit the next turn, fellas. What a fun game, man. Just look at these coastal tiles here. Everything is absolutely gorgeous out here, too. As soon as we secured the Australian island, things were just off to the races. Had a great time, and definitely recommend you guys try this out for yourselves. Oh, no. We actually did hit Dark Age, but we don't like to play with the Dark Age around here. When that happens, we just go off to the Exoplanet. Later, folks. Bye. The Panda is out of here.
Thanks for watching, Panda Gang. When I hit 1,000 subscribers, I'm going to actually pay for Windows, so make sure to subscribe. Peace.